Well, good morning. It's day 5. Slept in a little bit, and I'm just packing up now at Veterans Park, and had a so-so night's sleep. A truck came in and parked near me, and they probably didn't even see me, hooting and hollering, playing loud music. I'm in I think the abandoned or semi-abandoned picnic area of Veterans Park, but I just wanted to be a bit away. But I do have, on a very positive note, I have a working water faucet. Whoa, that was great. And this ground is so hard, I couldn't even get my stakes in. They're like halfway in. Hopefully I can get them out. But I'm going to pack up, maybe have a little snack, and then head into town and and do my resupply and get clean. Everything on me is dirty. I've never started a through hike or a long distance hike where I've just got so dirty so quickly. My quilt is dirty, my pad is dirty, my clothes are dirty. It's just so dusty out there. Wow. What can you do? Head on. Hey there, this is the end of day 5, a day I spent entirely in Lordsburg. I'm sitting in the hotel right now, and I camped on the outskirts of Lordsburg, came in, had breakfast, hung around at the breakfast place for a while, came across the street to the hotel, checked in, got laundry done, which is great. It took a long time to dry. I mean, they gave them back to me wet, but they're more or less dry. And then I got my resupply box, did a little shopping, bought some zip ties to fix 2 broken items on my water bottle and a pack. So that's good to go. Tomorrow is going to be a bit of a daunting day. There is no water for 24 miles. That's a long distance. So my plan is to leave at 6:30 in the morning. Just have like a couple of quick bites to eat here at the hotel, have leftover from my pizza from earlier tonight, and then hike out tomorrow morning carrying 5 liters of water. That's pretty dang uncomfortable. As I did 24 miles to get to Veterans Park on the outskirts of Lordsburg. I may or may not go all the way to the water cache. It could be a mob of people because there's a bunch of people leaving tomorrow, and everyone's like, oh crap, I'm going to go all the way to the water cache. So I'll have enough water that I might stop a bit short and camp like a mile or something short of it, of the water cache at mile 24. And but in any case, it's going to be a long day, an early morning start, and that's the plan. And I will update you on day 6. Talk to you soon. It's been a little bit of rain here overnight. There's some puddles, and I just exited Main Street, and I'm on a smaller street heading out of town. I think this leads me to the desert. And just before I left Main Street, I was attacked by a couple of dogs, which added to some spice in the morning. One was stopped by a fence, the biggest one. The medium-sized dog had no leash, no collar, and no fence, and thank God for hiking poles. I kept it back, but it was lunging at me to the edge of the property, and then as soon as I left the edge of the property, it said, "Okay, my property is safe," and it just wandered back. A little excitement in the morning. Well, after some searching, I found the trail. And I thought there'd be a gate. You gotta climb under barbed wire. Not great. Yeah. So I don't know where the heck the trail goes, but I guess I'll be following footprints again. Oh, I see it goes that way. Okay. And now the ground's all wet and mucky. Oh well. Move on. Off trail again. I decided to check with Far Out, and I'm like a quarter mile off the freaking trail. So I'm veering left all of a sudden the footprints got fewer and fewer, and then I couldn't find any. And so I decided to look, and I'm way off. So back to the trail. Thank God for far out. This has been happening a lot. Needless to say, there's not much easy to follow landmarks out here. Well, I'm about 7.5 miles in. It's approaching 9:30. I didn't think anyone was behind me, but here's 3 hikers coming up behind me after I took my break and about to take off. So, yeah, I've been having back spasms here because of all this dang water and crawling under the barbed wire fence. So, doing a little stretching, drank some water. About to take off again. Bushwhacking again. There was fresh prints where I was walking, and since it rained last night, I think those are all CDT hikers, and there were a fair number of them. I just decided to check far out and said I was way, way off the trail. I was tempted, looking at the topo map or the satellite imagery, just to go in the other direction to a road and meet up with the CDT at some point, but I committed and I went this way, so it is what it is. Boy, this is so easy to get lost out here, and I think everyone's lost and people just follow each other's footsteps into oblivion. It's about 11:45. I've done not quite 10 miles. Oh, what am I saying? More than 10 miles. Way more. Almost 15 miles. And I'm up to 5,300 feet. And all of a sudden, there's some more shade opportunities here under these trees if you want. It's still like 20 minutes to 12, so I'm going to hike on a bit and find a spot for lunch and then rest. I might even, I've got to decide whether to root around in my backpack for pain pills, which sadly are at the bottom of the backpack. Oh well. Hey there, I'm at mile 98.5, just had lunch here. I tore apart my backpack to get to the bottom of the backpack to find pain pills because I've been having pretty miserable back spasms, which has limited my speed and made me, as I said, miserable. So I've got to get to mile 108.5 where a trail angel has put out a water cache. So that's like the 24 mile or so hike out of Lordsburg. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good, and just have another chunk to get there. I think it's if it's mile 8.5 or 108.5, then I have like 10 miles to get there. Yeah, so all doable. And I got to pack this up, and I'm just hoping this Aleve starts to soften up my back. But between the extra weight of the 5 liters of water and then climbing onto that barbed wire fence, it just left me a mess. So hopefully that will improve and I will press on. Hey, taking a little break under a tree at mile 101, about 7.5 miles to the water source and where I'll camp for the night, somewhere around there. And just got to give my back some rest. It's not a happy place. It's been a painful day. But I feel good that I'm pretty close, 7.5 miles, so like 3 hours or something to get there. So, yeah, what time is it now? It's 1:40. So, get there by 5-ish. That's not bad. And I have plenty of water right now. I'm just in pain, so I don't want to go any further than that. And I think it's possible I'll dry camp even before then, just to rest even more. So that's the story. Hey, I started the day at 4,500 feet, and it was mostly flat until I started getting close to those small hills and started heading up. And now I'm at 6,000 feet. I'm looking at the map. I'll go up to 6,500 feet and then probably down to 6,000 by the end of today. So some ups and downs. It's hilly around here. It's cloudy. Looks like the rain is threatening in a lot of places around me, but nothing here. And it's breezy. It's a little coolish. Perfect, actually. Hey there. I forgot to film a closing video. I made it to like 108.5 to the water cache. So it was like a 23.5 mile water carry. It was a difficult day. I carried 5 liters of water. I could have got away with 4, but still, it was pretty damn heavy. And I got back spasms when I put it on at the hotel, all the water in the backpack. So I took it off, did some stretching, and then put it back on, and I felt pretty good, so I set off. And then when I got off the road walk, which was like 3 miles or so, it was very strange. You had to climb underneath a barbed wire fence. They had no gate there, and that caused like all sorts of back spasms, which then lasted all day. And at noontime I stopped and I dug to the bottom of my backpack and found an Aleve. Unfortunately, it was right at the bottom. And and then I just kind of curled up for a while with that, and it hurt for a couple more hours. As my water supply went down, as I drank it and had lunch, the pain lessened, but I'm still having spasms in my back. So I took another NSAID just a moment ago. Hopefully that will make for a better night and maybe a better tomorrow. So hopefully, because it was a fairly painful day of hiking out there. The temperature's gone from hot to downright cool here. Once we got over the mountains, there's more of a forest, and at the tent site, I met with a couple of other people since there's a water source. We even had sleet, so it might be a cold night. It feels like it's in the maybe low 50s right now, so interesting. But that's actually good weather for hiking and probably good weather for sleeping. So that's the update. I will talk to you soon. Take care.